right, here we
No
go.
more 2v2. We're swapping over to the 4v4s back in elimination bracket. Round number 2, Infamous versus Optic Gaming.
Optic Gaming have had some time between that last series against TSM where they dog-walked them. Will they do the same here against Infamous as Renegade? This looks more like what we were talking about earlier in that winner's round 1 matchup between Rebellion. Renegade popping off with the snipe. Watch out.
Oh, you gotta check your corners, Ezho. Unfortunately gets sniped in the back by Renegade. They got both snipers. This is bad news for Infamous.
Dude.
Never want 2 members of Optic to have 2 snipers.
Formal and Renegade have the snipe. You could almost have Bound and Legend put the sticks down at this point. That's how good they are with it. As Renegade take high side positioning. Matt to his right, flanking shoulder a little bit further down below. But now they're both starting to retreat a little bit. The pressure's coming on from Infamous, but it's not strong enough. Lethul does take down Formal, but Renegade retains the snipe.
Okay. Interesting how dominant this opening feels. I mean, Infamous literally have 5 kills total. Legend has 5 kills total by himself, but this bomb has not been planted just yet. The kills have to be well-timed for you to get scores in this game. 3 members of Infamous alive while we start the plant. They continue to slay out while the plant is going down, and that's a great start to the game for Optic.
Yeah, really smart play there by Legend to drop the ball with Lethul pushing through. You retain the progress you've already made. Knowing that, he drops the bomb and drops Lethul, picks it right back up, puts Optic on the board first.
Yeah, Lethul coming off spawn, picks off Normal, clears his base. That's going to allow Infamous to move forward. Look at the teamwork, kind of pushing directly at Optic. No fear. Love to see that. And I think that's important to have a player like Lethul on your team in this moment because he's not going to be intimidated by his competition. He's just going to play his best regardless. He's been on the biggest stages, won the biggest tournaments, hangs out with the hottest dudes. So he's always going to be just fine in situations like this.
Lethul might just be one of the hottest dudes himself with the career he's had. As Legend, OBJ mastermind, the maestro, that bomb, working it into the base again. And just like he is with the flag on Pit, right? It feels like he's almost like wall sliding his way to the base. He's already back in it. Legend is so damn good with the OBJ in his hands.
Yeah, he's playing his process really well here as well. Recognize his team's kind of losing the fight, and it's not time to move the bomb in. I also like that he leaves the bomb on that side away from Infamous, because otherwise they could just grab it and chuck it to the center. He says, no, let's win this fight and then pull it in.
Yeah, as the thought, if we can't get it into the ring, might as well keep it far enough away to where they can't manipulate the positioning that we have with it extended into the base. I think that's kind of what you're going at.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if the push fails, they still got to move that bomb all the way across the map anyway. So like we'll have time to come off spawn and have a good defensive effort.
It's actually a really good point. I've seen often in these matches where players will approach the ring, but they'll be right on the periphery of it. Nice snipe there from Formal. And then it allows the defensive team to just grab it, toss it right back out in the courtyard. So Formal back with the snipe in his hands, but Ezho strong with his push and the bandit rifle. Now he's got to win a tough contested 1v1 against Renegade. Already low in shields, it looked like. And what do you know? It's Legend back with the bomb.
I think he recognized the timing once again isn't there. It seems like they're very keen on pushing in this left side of the base and forcing those elbow side spawns. As here, they push aggressively forward. I don't know where the spawns will happen now. Okay, yeah, now recognizing Legend pushed far enough to flip the spawns. Legend's so aware of the situation. And after that kill, this might be the end, man. They could actually turn this into a double bomb and in this game quickly if they get a couple more slays.
Yeah, did you see that there? Legend recognized that the spawns were occurring around his back shoulder, so he inched forward on the map in the zone to make sure that he had cover. And now Formal says, let me get into the mix. Let me join the party. As he has the OS, it's going to get him into the arm spot. And this might be the quickest back-to-back-to-back cap we've seen in Assault, and it is. Optic just wiped the floor.
I'm not going to lie, Formal was like fumbling over himself. He like threw a grenade at himself. He dropped the bomb, but it didn't matter. He just like sloppily stumbled into the base and just armed it casually while his team killed everyone. I mean, Formal into that game with 6 kills, and his team each had in double digits. So, I mean, Formal just doing as much as he needs to and making it look easy.
Back to that main match we have here between Optic and Infamous, but boy, we're going to keep you guys updated on what happens with Rebellion and SSG. Do they have an upset in mind? And it feels kind of weird to call it that.
Yeah, that will be on the other screen, but for now, we will tune back in when necessary. We are focusing on this series at the moment. Optic start off 3-2, so not quite the opening that I was calling for Infamous. Formal's also got the sniper, to make it even more difficult to play out of their spawn stream.
I know the reticle's glitched.
Oh my god.
But it almost feels like that's what Formal sees on his screen, right? It just went back to Mini-Me. But Formal with that big reticle hits a big headshot, earns an assist. Hardly even saw the damage connect there on that. As Optic Gaming take a 3-6 lead off the start, and you know what? That's actually an 8.
We love reading over here at LVT.
Okay, if you could see my POV, you'd cut me some slack.
It's slightly lower quality. It's all good. Anyways, Formal and Optic are the ones that are building themselves the cushion, and it's Infamous having to fight back. That's not the space they want to be in. I just got to be real with you. I don't see any way that Optic let themselves fall this early in the tournament in their home arena. It's going to be so difficult for Infamous. They got to play out of their minds the best Halo they've probably ever played to make this happen.
Yeah, there's no way. There should almost be a condition where if Optic don't 3-0 this series, they actually lose the series. Because that's how much better I think they are than Infamous. And it's no disrespect to Infamous. It's just a little bit of Optic glazing. That's what we've become known for, it seems like, in chat. A lot of Optic glazing, which is crazy. I feel like we glaze everyone.
I mean, they think I hate Optic, and then the next second they think I'm an Optic fan and I'm biased. So I don't know, bro. Chat be doing chat things. Bound be doing bound things. Just getting some slays. He's been slaying out all weekend already. Getting some assist as well. I mean, look how they're just flowing together now. They're relearning how to find their groove again after losing to two incredible teams, Nemesis and Shopify, but you gotta feel like they need to find that groove back regardless.
Is it a blessing or a curse losing to Rebellion in round 1? Because now you got a pissed off Optic. They've got a chip on their shoulder, which is hard to just manufacture in your mind. You can't make that up. You either got it or you don't. And I think they're pretty pissed after losing that one to Rebellion, looking back at what could have been a 3-0 sweep had it not come down to a team nade that allowed Rebellion to come back in that one. And now Optic up 27-15. The difference in these two teams is showing on the scoreboard.
The Rockets will go to Kuhlect, but will he even survive long enough to shoot it? No. Bound probably saw that rocket fall to the ground. Yep. Formal probably using the AI scan. Doesn't show up in the observer, but he does find them. Finds a kill with him quickly as well, and he's going to rotate across after his location is called out. Wants to surprise his next victim.
Formal working his way around the map. No pressure. No hurriedness. The 32-16 lead. They have doubled up exactly the score of Infamous, and he doesn't. He not only does he not die, he doesn't kill his teammate in the process.
Perfect run.
What kind of casted spell did Formal just put on these guys? My God.
I can imagine like the geometric formulas like flying through his face as he's calculating exactly where to place the rocket. Perfect placement. Perfect gameplay so far from Optic. And honestly, Infamous, I think they know they can be better than this, but this is just not, it doesn't feel like their day to make this upset happen.
Well, they got to be happy with top 8. I think that's impressive for an Infamous roster that probably has nothing but upside, right? One of the last teams to form in the HCS, kind of the leftovers, if you will, from everybody else that, not based on their skill or merit or accomplishments, just didn't get onto teams early on in the offseason, based on that fact. And I think they're still going to walk away from this happy, maybe even content in the top 8. But boy, do they have a lot of work left to do if they want to climb the ladder.
We're already talking like the series is over. There's still another one after this, another game, but it does start to feel like chances are quite low. I think Optic are just too angry right now to let anything slide from their fingertips.
Again, was it a blessing or was it a curse? Because not only, again, do they have that chip on their shoulder, but you're giving Optic way more games under their belt on LAN, which is kind of what it looked like they needed in those 3 back-to-back-to-back losses to Rebellion online. So maybe Rebellion look back on that and think, man, oh, we created a monster.
At the same time, you're making your opponent work twice as hard, where you can rest and relax and just think about, like Shopify have all the time in the world to think about their next opponent, while Optic have to stress and grind their way through match after match. They will end this one with a Steak-tacular, though, perfectly executed, 50-30.
Game number 3 up really soon. Eli, I know you're a realist. I know you're a realist, but we gotta bring. I like having a little bit of hope. You can't kill all of it.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball reset. Ball incoming. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball.
Invisible geometry on Recharge he introduced to us a couple months ago, or this spot here on Fortress. My God.
We're hopping on over to Optic versus Infamous, where Optic is just one game away from continuing on their path of destruction. Infamous, their life online.
It's going to be a lower bracket run for the record books as Optic. If anybody can do what SSG did last year, it's Optic at their home arena. So all the fans, they don't seem too bummed. They're actually, I feel like, more gassed up to see Optic on the main stage and on the stream, as Optic have already secured 45 seconds to the 0 for Infamous. Feels like we're just waiting for the inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, this is lockdown Halo if I've ever seen it. You don't have many options. There's nowhere safe on the map. There's a Renegade lurking around every corner. And, even if you get past him, you're gonna run into Formal right after that.
Facts. That shock rifle. Surprised he's not getting chased out. Ah, that's because there's Lqgend pulling the attention away from Ezho on the staircase, and with the elbow to drop him back to the respawn screen. Formal still alive in the glass. But his shields might just shatter. No, he gets them back up. Oddball still close to the starting point. And with a 56-second lead with 2 minutes left, this is where Optic start to kind of play for slays, switch their strategy up. That's a sign of Lunchbox, and I think his ability to call audibles on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, there's different points in the game where it's time to hold the ball and it's time not to hold the ball, and Optic have become the best oddball team for the reason that they know exactly when those turning points are.
When to hold them and when to fold them, right?
That's exactly right.
That.
Renegade knows that his time is to grab the camo. By the way, Renegade is 17-3. I don't know if you've noticed this.
What?
But he's kind of looking like he's in one of Tool's lobbies right now.
He's matching the total of his other 3 star-studded teammates. 17 for Formal, Bound, and Lqgend.
Yeah.
And 17 for Renegade. I don't think my math is wrong. You correct me if you will, Professor.
I'm just saying, he's doing incredible things.
Wow. I mean, this is nuts. And everybody else for Optic's having a good game so far. So for Renegade to be at 17, holy.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally just cycling around the map doing whatever he wants. It feels like every target he's running into is probably already weak. Bound has 8 assists, Lqgend with 5. They have finally slowed down Optic a little bit and earned a couple points, but how long is this going to last?
Renegade, I was about to say, if he turns on his opponent there, Descendant, that would have been nuts. Descendant, though, looking to ramp up and rev up the engine a little bit. He's had a slow start here in this one. It's not over just yet. 11, 75 here with 105 left. Yeah, you can hear the I'm Ron Burgundy in my voice because I don't
they're
know.
getting some slays here.
Don't know. But yeah, they do take 3 down. So maybe the question mark turns into a period. Can they make it an exclamation instead?
They're going to have to hold on for a lot longer. Catch up to the 75-second market. There's only 55 seconds of regulations left, so the margin of error very small.
Ooh, that was clean.
So this guy is so nerdy with the jumps, man. He knows every single object that's possible to be jumped off of. He's going to use them all to his advantage.
Yeah, known for his movement and his aggressive playstyle, but he'll go down momentarily. Bound, also known for his aggression and movement. Works his way up onto the box. Now Formal with the camo looking to support his teammate. Doesn't get there in time to clean it up before his teammate Lqgend goes down, but they're no worse for the wear. 19 to 75, 23 seconds left and counting. Optic just going to play for slays.
20 kills and 6 deaths, the stat line for Renegade. Nobody else on his team even in double digits. They don't need it, though. They've got a ton of assists to support John's endeavors. And at this point, I think Infamous know this round is lost. They're going to desperately go for the ball because that's all you can do in a moment like this. Imagine the comeback right here. Wait, is he dropping the ball and trying to no-scope with a shock at the same time? I feel like Kuhlect was trolling a little bit at the end there, but what more can he do in this situation? If Infamous turn on the Jets, can they make the miraculous comeback? We'll have to see.
Ready stance on the line and now breaking away into the opening strategy that Coach Lunchbox has laid out for the boys in green as Renegade. His call, his play, is to grab that shock rifle off the start. No surprise at all, as they've seemed to routinely try to get the snipe into Renegade's hand. It's interesting on a team where anybody can pop off with a snipe and they still say, hey, Renegade, you take this.
Absolutely. I mean, he's just another level. That's the thing. Like, especially right now, okay, Descendant getting the same treatment for his squad, but also because he has the camo, it's part of it, but Descendant, no secret, is disgusting with these weapons.
All right. Hey, great start here for Infamous off of round 2. And even if you do lose this series, ultimately 3-0, at least get some tape. At least get some VOD review that you can take back to the well and say, okay, here's what we did wrong. Here's how we can fix it. And hey, here's what we did right. How can we duplicate that? They're up 22-0 on Optic. This is impressive.
Not bad. Not bad at all. It's got to be a very good round here. Descendant needs to land some shots to keep them in contention. I think that was a remote detonation from Formal. Smart heads-up play there to shut down Descendant. See if that opens up the door for Optic to get into their setup.
Ezho working his way towards the C platform with Lethul, but there's 2 on the side of Optic ready and waiting to strike as Bound takes down Ezho. Formal now looking to help out Bound, take down Lethul. Lqgend on the other side of the map takes down Kuhlect. As Formal wins one, but trades out Descendant with the fist, wins it in the Whitehall. But Optic, though, they've regained control of the lead. And whew, I'm not quite sure if Infamous can regain control of that lead, or maybe even the oddball the rest of the way. That's just how good and constrictive Optic have looked here in this one.
They get 2 dead, though. Renegade going to wisely play this ball into the open while 2 of his teammates are dead. So he's going to still be able to push through, find a trade before being taken down. And with Optic spawning in the elevator, it should be easy for them to retake control of the pipes. Great place to be when this ball is where it is.
3 perfect shots across the map. Send Lethul at the back of the turbine. Formal continues his path forward. Wow, but Lethul actually gets the best of him. That's why he's that's why he's the modern day Halo go, man. Great job repositioning. And now he's just got the better gunny than Renegade. Lethul, man, pop off.
Yeah, Lethul is still underrated today somehow. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I think even he knows this isn't his time to win right now. Still doing as much as he can, though. You got to respect.
He's kind of like in that Ryu role at this point in his career, right? At least with this team of 4, right? Like Ryu, I think of him as, I respect him so much because he's not always had the, you know, star-studded teammates. He's taken the guys in the gutter, right? The misfits that are down and out on their luck and made something out of it. The up-and-comers, right? So impressive for Lethul to take this band of 3, Ezho, Kuhlect, Descendant. Nothing but upside for them. And if they take advantage of the opportunity to learn from the modern-day Halo GOAT, maybe this is a team that we see place all the way into top 4, 5, 6 or so. I mean, they're already in top 8 again. So despite the throttling they're experiencing here against Optic, they've had a great weekend. They can hang their hat held high. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I think a lot of people pegged them as falling out earlier than top 8. This is a totally fine finish for them. And it's tough, and sometimes you just run into a bracket demon like Optic Gaming.
Yeah, this is not who they expected to play.
Yeah, like you're not supposed to play Optic for top 8 in this situation, in the loser bracket. Maybe somebody a little bit closer.
Nemesis. They would have been playing Nemesis.
Right, yeah, that's how the rules were designed for that to be who they're playing, which would also be a difficult play, but might feel more doable than Optic, but at the same time, Nemesis beat Optic.
Hey, this is doable here in round 2, 40-41. Infamous just 1 hold, 1 second away from regaining control of the lead here. And this is impressive again. Talk about having some tape to take back home after this trip to Arlington. This is one of the more impressive rounds we've seen from them.
They've been at 40-41 for several minutes, it feels like. No one has touched the ball for quite some time. It feels like this game just turned into Slayer somehow. And Infamous have been getting slays, but they haven't been moving towards the ball as they get the slays.
Descendant, his omnidirectional control with the left joystick is so impressive. You said earlier, Eli, he knows every single jump. I mean, he knows how to execute it. It's one thing to know the jumps. Like, yeah, I know you can do that. Descendant knows how.
I mean, Kuhlect, his teammate, also has insane movement. We saw him hit the G slide from trip stacks to P-box first try in one of the online series. Like, I think I tried that for an hour and never got it once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, the farther you drop, the more perfect the timing has to be. But guys like Kuhlect and Descendant seem to be masters at it. And with that movement, they've positioned themselves not only at the back of the gold, but with a 20-second lead on Optic, they're making them sweat a little bit.
They are. Let's see if they can surprise us here. We've been spelling doom and disaster out for you guys in this series, but Infamous showing they got some fight in them. Lqgend trying to shut that fight down. But I like the grouping in the slays, 17-17, 17-16. Ezho dying a bit too much, though, 27.
Enemy has the ball.
Might be moving a little bit faster than his squad here.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of 14 or 15 deaths in a Slayer. That's just a little too much. Respect the idea and trying to get involved, but you gotta play your life a little bit stronger, especially in a map like, especially in a match like Recharge Oddball that requires you to set up and slow down the pace a little bit. And that's what Optic's actually done here to regain control of the lead. Momentarily tied 61-all, but Optic are going to take it back to the elevator, press that top button, and go up on top in this one.
Stick there from John. Reposition with the grapple, and they have taken the lead. Feels like it's do or die now for Infamous. This could be the last waning moments of their experience in this tournament as they don't win this push, and they're doing a good one here. Pushing through Ezho with a nice double kill, trying to fix that stat sheet.
Got a chance, down 24 seconds, and Ezho's got it. 4 go down for Optic Gaming.
Okay.
Hold on. Infamous have life.
Life, they have Lethul trying to shut down the rotation through this side. Quickly recognizes that no one is going through that route. Probably has some comms about a rotation through gold. Probably now calling for his teammate to rotate the ball towards him on the C side. Let's see if that happens. Lqgend finds a kill. Renegade jumping aggressively through the center of the map with the shock rifle. But unfortunately, the cavalry has arrived here for Optic. They played their process pretty well to make this push. Really patient were Optic here in this push.
Big frag toss there from Bound as he takes down Ezho 80-85. We have ourselves a highly contested close round number 2 here with 40 seconds left. Bound pushing up on the half wall. I think he's going out, but I don't know if anybody's there to gather that damage. Instead, cross map shots on to Descendant. Wow, those were nice. It's a body shot, but it looked cleaner than that.
It's hard to land a headshot at that distance. And at this point, Optic gonna milk a little bit more time and also take this back silo where They can easily play the ball, which will burn even more time off the clock. In this case, he actually opts to intentionally not play the ball because he recognized his team was winning that fight. Now Lqgend, the last player here, will just jump it right into the drink. Probably could have maybe milked another second or two to maybe close it out, but let's see if it matters.
Okay, hey, all 4 up for Infamous, 2 down for Optic Gaming, and they win
Good
the
rotation.
reset. They're taking it to the long haul. They have a rotation in the back of C now of their own, and they might just do it. They're only down by 7 seconds as Bound makes his way through. Can he find the crucial opening break slate? No, instead 2 go down on each side. Renegade goes down as well, and they might just have a chance here. Infamous got to get on the ball. 5 seconds left, 91 to 98. They might just do it. They cannot drop the oddball though. 3, 2, they pick it back up. Can Descendant creep up into the glass? He tosses it up for Lethul. Lethul catches it. Lethul catches it. 97, 98, and they're gonna take it. Oh, he goes down, but it's enough.
Oh my God.
Infamous with the upset in round number 2. We're heading to round 3.
By the hair on their chinny chin chin. What a path, what a handoff right there. The Lethul, and they get just enough time, as there's just enough time on the clock. That's the buzzer beater of buzzer beaters if I've ever seen one.
Wow. Wow. It's like a quarterback reaching back to the running back and he trips up on himself but still completes the handoff.
Yeah.
What we just saw there. Infamous clutch up and make Optic lead a little bit. Probably sweating too after this opening break. Takes down 3 of 4. Renegade, the last Spartan standing for Optic. And what kind of pep talk did Coach Hoaxer just give Infamous, man? This is a completely different team we're watching now.
It feels like it. Lethul, maybe the man they need to step up in this occasion and lead the forces to one of the craziest reverse comebacks of all time.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Is this the start of something? Are we going to look foolish? Are we going to get clipped on Twitter for saying
we would absolutely get clipped
that they are done in this tournament?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to grab the oddball again. And then just series layout 3-2. Good luck getting back on the cast, McCaskey. As Bound cross-map shots. Again, Bound has been damn good with those cross-map shots and going to let Optic the first control of round 3.
Yeah, such a good start here for Optic in this 3rd round. Bound in perfect position to output damage. Knows that kill is going to get cleaned up. Communication looking to be on point for Optic so far this round. Descendant trying to throw a monkey wrench in the equation. Renegade's going to shut down some of the momentum.
My God, another 3 go down. Hey man, based on the eye test, Infamous looked like how Optic looked, dominating Infamous up to this point in the match. This is impressive, man, and if they can hold on, no, they're not going to be able to. 3 go down. I was getting a little excited for him, man. It's hard not to be biased when you're such a fan of everybody in the HCS.
It's a long round, okay? Yeah, they did lose that engagement. There's still possibilities for them to make it happen. Certainly going to be a long and difficult road here. Ezho with the opening break slay, though. That's huge. Formal answers back, finishing that kill. Lethul needs to get this kill cleanly. He does. But it's still Optic holding the ball.
Kuhlect, short stops on the clamber to the top side of glass, so instead he'll go to the bat ledge, but I think he thinks that he got spotted, and he did. That frag indicates that he was found out. He goes right back to it. I'm sure Renegade's thinking he's not going to go there twice. He does. And with the assist, he's able to take down Renegade. Now working his way to the batteries. Does he go low or go high? He's going to continue low on the staircases because Formal's weak, so too is Bound. Kuhlect with the double via the assist. Another 3 down. Another sequence where Infamous have the numbers advantage, but objective efficiency-wise, they don't have much to show for it. They're getting enough slays here, Eli, to make this a much closer round than it looks like.
That was really unfortunate for Kuhlect. You could tell that he wanted to grapple the ball, but the ball was just tucked away in that corner to where he had to fully extend out, put himself in harm's way to grab it, and then is unable to get out. Optic take advantage of that. Now heavily flooding on this glass side. Bound taking a lot of damage though, not really being part of the fight last little while here. But as much time burns off the clock, the better it is for Optic.
Renegade on 40 bomb watch, and there it is. Caster's blessing as he secures the 4-0. And Formal might just get there as well with 34. Pretty nice grouping, though, for Infamous. Everybody between 2 kills of each other. Nearly like that on the assist count as well. The death counter outside of Ezho looks pretty clean, and the oddball pretty well distributed outside of Lethul. But impressive nonetheless what they've been able to do here to just show some fight. You know, they probably think what we're thinking, right? They probably Probably saying the same thing in their internal monologue as we are, right? Like, probably get 3-0'd here.
Oh.
They're still putting up a fight, and Lethul will take down Lqgend and not trade out. How?
I mean, Lqgend was trying to do some freaky stuff right there to get that kill. I'm not going to lie. The back up into grapple hop, flying melee while one shot. Get away with that once in a blue moon. Lethul's not going to let it happen this time, though.
Are you casting a skateboarding competition or a Halo match?
I couldn't tell when I was watching it, to be honest. That was crazy.
Yeah. Renegade might just get into the 50s, if not for Optic scoring 100 seconds first. That's how good they've looked since Infamous gave them a little bit of scare in round number 2, and even moments of round number 3 where they've been able to earn team wipes, just not much ball time for it.
Renegade's doing the spam ping technique. Does that still work where it'll highlight
The camo.
a camo player? Wasn't sure if they patched that out or not, but don't always see that. Right now, this is a difficult lead. It's going to be one for the ages if Infamous could pull this off. Really just going to take 1 or 2 good pushes. Optic to get control, close this one out.
It's already been one to hang your hat on, but will it be one to hang the W on the wall, hand an Optic L to them and their fans here on their home court as Formal. 37 slays. I think he might just get to 40 because there's still 1:45 left on the clock. Optic, again, they get to this point in the match, Eli, and they say, guys, let's play for slays. And then once they get the slays, they might just pick the oddball back up, but they're so good at playing the process here. Again, huge props to Coach Lunchbox, who really seems to be directing the troops.
Yeah, he's definitely letting them know when it's time to grab the ball, when it's not. I don't think these guys need that much direction, though. As Lunchbox said to us on the podcast, by the way, guys, podcast dropping after the show today. Make sure you guys don't miss the new Lunchbox podcast where you guys will hear the insight behind this talented roster.
Yeah, he really peeled back the layers, man. He was very, very open and honest and transparent about what it's going to take for Optic to break the curse. So if you're interested in some of the OG stories of yesteryear and some of the new, topical, timely topics of HCS Arlington, go watch the Lunchbox episode. One of my favorites for that very reason. It was a little bit of everything, right? You had the OG appeal and the new things to talk about as well. So huge thanks to him for coming on the show. As Formal putting on a show here, he does reach 40, 2 of 4 across the 40 threshold, and Lqgend might just get there as well. Optic frying.
Frying indeed. Time is dwindling down for Infamous for this to be possible. Now just 10 seconds away from closing this game out while held, or 40 seconds with the ball on the ground, but it looks like it's going to be held by Lqgend to the end.
Yeah, if not rolling on to that oddball, he might have just held on to a 40 bomb. As 4 go down for Infamous, that will do it. Optic secure the 3-0 sweep, but it looked maybe even more difficult than we anticipated